Did you know that there are 93 structures in El Paso County that are in the National Register of Historic Places? Well, I didn't either, but now I do. And I'd like to introduce you to 10 of them today, uh, in no particular order. I will suggest you stick around for the very end because the last one has a special thing going on for history buffs, people who like Colorado Springs in general, so stay tuned for that. Just a reminder, every week we do another one of these about living, working, and playing in Colorado Springs. So if you'd like to keep up, please hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell. Here's my contact information. Love to hear from you. You can also comment in the area below the video. So today we're going to get into 10 of these beautiful buildings, and we're going to start with the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe, also known as the Santa Fe Depot. It was built in 1917. You can find it at 555 East Pikes Peak. Pikes Peak is the north-south dividing line for Colorado Springs. So that's 0 north, but it's 5.5 blocks east of Cascade, which is the north-south zero line. So it's a beautiful building built in 1917. It's now the Catalyst Campus for Technology and Innovation. I used to go to concerts in there. They'd have local bands playing. They had a cool little spot in there. I don't think they've done that for quite a while. Anyway, maybe it'll come back. All right, onward we go, and we're going to go a little bit west now into Manitou and check out the Briarhurst Manor. The Briarhurst Manor was built in 1887 by Dr. William Bell. It's at 404 East Manitou Avenue. It's described as a pink Victorian sandstone manor house. And this is actually the second one that he built. The first one he built in 1882, but it burned down in 1886. There was a very valuable painting in the manor house. And Clara, the wife, was there without her husband. So she got everybody out of there and then ran back in to rescue this painting by Thomas Moran called Night of the Holy Cross, and I'll show you a picture of that as well. So it's now, when they rebuilt it, they built a special alcove to show this off. So you can go in there and check it out. You can come in for, they've got dinner, they've got breakfast on the patio. That's very pleasant. And so anyway, a great place to visit. It's now a restaurant and event center. So going west, since we're in Manitou, we'll just go a little west on Manitou Avenue, the main drag through there. And as soon as you get to the street that drops down off to the right, that's Canyon Avenue, and you turn right down there, go a couple blocks, and you get to this beautiful building, the Cliff House. It's a Queen Anne style hotel built in 1874. It's still a hotel. It closed down for a while, maybe around the Great Recession. Anyway, they're back going strong. They've got a AAA 4-diamond award status. They've got 54 rooms, so you can stay there. I've had a buddy come down for his honeymoon or anniversary and stay there, and invited us to dinner there that night too. That's a beautiful place. And like I say, I've had breakfast on the front porch in the summertime. Very pleasant. I recommend that too. So that is the Cliff House. Next, we'll go back downtown to the Carnegie building. This is one of the original Colorado Springs Public Library buildings, built in 1905 to 21 West Kiowa. It's built with Andrew Carnegie's original donation of $60,000. He put up money for libraries all over the country. In fact, there's one in Old Colorado City that's my favorite that I go to that he built, and I think that one says 1901 on the top. Could be mistaken about that. Anyway, the cool thing about this one, I'll show you the picture of the back, is this semicircular great room with all windows, great view of Pikes Peak and Cheyenne Mountain, and a beautiful place to sit and read in the sunshine. I highly recommend it. That's done in the neoclassical style, I should have mentioned. Cutler Hall is the original Colorado College building. There's a built in 1880 to 912 North Cascade. It's now the financial aid and admissions building. It was a Gothic library building is what it was originally styled as. So I've got, the picture of it now and a picture of it back then when there was nothing out here, not even trees. And that's where they built their first building for the Colorado College campus. So good for them. This next one is a beautiful building built by William Jackson Palmer, the general who founded Colorado Springs. And this is his English Tudor style castle north of Garden of the Gods on 31st Street. It's now owned by the Navigators, so you see their sign, and that's where you go in if you want to see this place. The Navigators are a Christian organization. That's their world headquarters. But there are 17 guest rooms, 7 meeting rooms, 2 dining rooms. It's open for public tours and events. They've got Victorian high teas most of the year. They do some magical singing from Thanksgiving to Christmas in there. So there are events you can get to in there. Otherwise, it's their business operation in there. So not everything's open to us, but a beautiful place. Then back downtown is the Mcalester House. This is halfway between Colorado College and downtown, right on Cascade, 423 North. It was built in 1873, and the original family owned it until it was turned into a public museum in 1961, and that's what it still is. So you can go in and take a tour. I've done this. You can go in and wander through, and people in, clothing of the era, and they've got it all set up just like it was when the family first built it. It's a beautiful house and beautiful tour. This is the Navajo Hogan. It was a roadhouse built in 1935 as a dance hall and nightclub. And it's been that off and on ever since. A while ago, a guy named Johnny Nolan, restaurateur here in town, bought it, and now it's Johnny's Navajo Hogan. It's at 2817 North Nevada. And it was designed after the Navajo Hogans. I don't think the Navajo would ever build anything this big, but here's a picture of it in the dining room, the biggest room they've got in there. That's an incredible ceiling. The only place in town like that, I guarantee. So this last one almost is the Plaza Hotel. It was built in 1901. It's at 830 North Tejon. It's right as far as you can drive north on Tejon until it dead ends at the Colorado College campus. So this is right across the street from that to the south. And in fact, Colorado College has owned it for a while. And it's called the Spencer Center. And it's a lot of administration offices in there. It's a beautiful building inside and out. It's a Renaissance Mission Revival hotel originally. And they have really kept up the interior. It looks fabulous. So drive by and check that out sometime. And then the one I'm saving for the very end is the Pioneers Museum. It was the El Paso County Courthouse from 1903 to 1973. A cool building. You've got to go in there because from the main floor you can take one of those old-fashioned elevators, cage elevators with the operator, and you go in there and you go up one floor, and it's really fun. It's worth doing. It's like being in the movies. And then you step out and you're across the hall from the original courthouse, which is another beautiful room. But the exhibit they've got going on now is celebrating the Sesquicentennial of Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs was founded 171 years ago in 1871, and by Palmer, as I mentioned before. So the Pioneers Museum, as their major exhibit, they've collected 150 pieces from the city's history and had individuals write a short essay about them. And it's fabulous. And I've seen part of it online, so you can either go into the building and walk through and see the actual objects, or you can go on it online, and I will put that link just below this, so you can go down and click on it and go through. It's amazing. You might want to dip your toe into one or two things, because 150, you won't go through it in a sitting, that's for sure. So that's 10 of our great buildings that are on the National Register of Historic Places. And be sure to sign up for more of these if you like. Hit the subscribe button. And here's a couple other videos I've made talking about working, living, and playing in Colorado Springs you might be interested in. And here's my contact information, so give me a call, an email, a text, or something in the comments below would be great too. Enjoy this. Bye.